Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Club de Nuit Milestone, and let's get started with the appearance. So the appearance of this fragrance is actually pretty cool. It has the classic sort of Club de Nuit bottle shape, yet it's super gold, but it's like a rose goldish. It's not like a very dark deep gold, it's like a light rose gold. And then it has this little clear window around the little thing here, and then it has this chain that's supposed to connect right here like all the other Club de Nuit fragrances do. But mine broke. I had it in my bag that I took to pick up basketball, and it just broke, which I've seen has happened to people's before, but it had never happened to me until this one. This is one of my 4 Club de Nuit fragrances. And the cap is plastic, but it has this sort of like metal coating thing, but the inside is plastic, and it has that little like screw thing, which I've never seen before. And then on the top of the atomizer it says Armaf, because they are who makes the Club de Nuit fragrances. Now these Club de Nuit fragrances only come in 105 ounces, or at least the base model Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum ones. I've seen some of the Club de Nuit Intense Man ones come in different sizes, but this one only comes in a 105 milliliter, which is interesting. That is 3.6 ounces, which is a change from the typical 100 milliliters, 3.4 ounces. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Unless you are traveling with this, then it might be a little bit of a pain because you can't put this on one of your carry-on bags because it's more than 100 milliliters. But I think that's a pretty easy detail to get behind. This came out in 2019, so it is about 5 years old at the time of recording. I got this fragrance because I heard the note description of Millésime Imperial by Creed, which is what this is cloning, by the way. And I was like, wow, that is like a really nice note description. I think I would love that. I'd never smelled it, but I really wanted to get my nose on it. And since this was a clone of it for only around $30 that I found, I decided just to buy it and see if I liked the DNA. Spoiler alert, I do. And like I mentioned earlier, this fragrance comes in at around $30 on discounters. Some of them might have it for lower, like around $25, and some of them might have it for higher, around $40, but if you round them all together, you get about $30 as the average. Now I'm going to spray Club de Nuit Milestone and let y'all know what I smell. I already have the dry down sprayed on my hand that I'm going to speak on in a little bit, so I'm going to spray the opening on my arm right here. The atomizer is pretty nice. All the Club de Nuit atomizers have an interesting feeling to them. But yeah, let's talk about the opening of this fragrance. Super nice. You get a super duper marine, sea, realistic, like very picturesque seawater scent. And you get those kind of red fruits, that sort of watermelon, sort of fruity smell. It's a little bit musky too. And that's really all you get in the opening. Just very, very realistic sea, ocean water, salty, marine ocean water with those red fruits, specifically watermelon, but with some other sort of smells in there too. And then pretty musky, but it's a very fresh aquatic fragrance, super duper unique. I really like it. And now on the dry down, some woods and some musks come out. It gets a little bit amber-y, just a little bit, but you still get that super nice aquatic freshness and that little bit of fruitiness. It's basically if you just take the opening, tone down the intensity a little bit, add some woods, make the musk a little bit more prominent, and add some amber, and that's what your dry down is going to smell like. Really, really nice fragrance. I really do enjoy it. This fragrance, honestly, could be unisex. I could see a woman wearing this, but it's definitely more of a masculine scent to me because I don't typically smell fresher things on women, and I feel like fresher scents are typically more masculine. Now let's pull up the notes on Fragrantica and see what they have to say about Club de Nuit Milestone. Okay, I have the notes pulled up for Club de Nuit Milestone on Fragrantica, and this is what it says. It says that there are sea notes in the opening, as well as red fruits and bergamot, which, like I was saying earlier, I definitely agree with that. Very aquatic, fresh sea notes. Bergamot for sure gets that little citrus that was with those red fruits that made the red fruits smell more than just kind of watermelon. Yes, I can definitely attest to that. That opening, those top notes are very accurate to what that opening is, and really the rest of the fragrance as well. And then in the middle notes, we got violet, white woods, and sandalwood. I don't exactly know what a white wood is, but I can definitely smell those woods, like I said earlier. And I can smell that violet too, just a little bit of florals kind of sitting in the back. There's a tiny little bit though, I only smell it now that it was pointed out. And then like I said, those woods are definitely prominent in this fragrance. And in the base, we have musk, ambroxan, and vetiver. I definitely smell that musk even earlier than the dry down too. And that ambroxan, I can definitely smell also. That gives it that added freshness, that masculine sort of woodiness that a lot of people like, is very mass appealing. And then also that vetiver, I can smell a little bit of it, but not really enough to notice, to be honest. So this note pyramid is actually pretty accurate when it comes to this fragrance, and this note pyramid is very similar to Creed's Millésime Imperial also. So even though I haven't smelt Creed's Millésime Imperial, I'm pretty sure it's going to smell like this. And I have heard that this is a clone of the older batches of Millésime Imperial, not the newer ones. Apparently there's some sort of whole thing surrounding that I don't really know and I don't really want to get into, but this stuff smells really good, and that is an accurate note breakdown. Alright, now let's talk about the performance of Club de Nuit Milestone. This fragrance lasts about as average as other fresh fragrances, around 6 to 7, maybe 8 hours depending on your sprays. But the change with this fragrance is that the projection is super duper nice. It has a good 3 feet projection for the first hour or two, then it'll go down to about a foot for the next 3 hours or so, and then in the final couple hours of its lifespan, it'll be a skin scent. But the projection during the opening and the early life of this fragrance is very strong. People are going to smell you. And that wasn't the case when I first got this. For the first couple times that I wore this, it wasn't actually super duper strong. It took a while for it to kind of mature and become this stronger fragrance. And now that it has done that, this is one of my stronger, more projecting fragrances, especially in the opening. I recommend this fragrance pretty much exclusively to the warm weather because it's a very fresh ocean marine smelling fragrance, and it smells just like the summer when you're on the beach, or even more specific, you're in the Mediterranean on a yacht, you're rich, you're wearing like the linen button shirt and linen pants, and you are just enjoying the sun, soaking it up on your yacht in the middle of the Mediterranean. That is exactly what this smells like. So I guess I recommend this for like spring, summertime if you had to narrow it down to some seasons, but depending on how warm it does get in the fall for you, you could also wear this in the fall. Or even if you're at the beach during the colder months, this would still be a great fragrance to wear then. I feel like it's more of a where you're wearing it and not a when you're wearing it situation with this guy. But now it's time for my final rating of Club de Nuit Milestone. And because of all the factors of this fragrance, I am going to give this an 8.7 out of 10. It's a super nice fresh fragrance, but for me it's very situational and I don't wear it too much. I have a lake near me, so when I go out on the lake, I wear this, but that is not very often, and it's just kind of tough to wear in other times. I've worn it to church a couple times because it has that fresh sort of masculine smell, but I think it definitely fits more aquatic sort of occasions better. And I can recommend this fragrance to any guy at any age group. I don't really think it would be weird to smell this on a younger guy or even an older guy. I think this fits any guy who just wants an aquatic, very realistic ocean sea salt smelling fragrance. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment them down below, and please like, comment, and subscribe on this video if you enjoyed it. It really helps me a ton trying to grow this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.